Hey everybody, I'm Scott Butwell and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, shake, 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 nice to meet you. And this video is going to be on 7 tips for success on Medium. I've really jumped into a Medium platform. I joined in early November. I became a part of their partner program in late November. I think the last couple days of November I made about $6. But in December, using the 7 tips in this video, I have earned over $100. I'm about at 106 last night. This is December 28th. There's like 3 days left of the month. And I've heard that only 9% of people are able to make $100 or more on Medium. So I've already joined that 9% club in my second month. That was a goal I set at the beginning of the month. I wanted to see if it was possible, and I've achieved it. So I want to share with you 7 tips that I've used along the way, just kind of figuring things out that I think will help you to grow your audience and hopefully make a little bit of money from those stories that you love to write. Without further ado, here's 7 tips for success on Medium. Tip number 1, write a lot. If you want to succeed on Medium, and by succeed I mean you want to have other people find your writing, read your writing, and have your stories begin to earn some money, I think it's obvious that you need to be writing a lot. And writing a lot is important because you want to have people find your stories. There's thousands of stories out there, thousands of writers, and so it's easy to get lost in that crowd. So you got to write regularly so people can find you and like your writing and become your readers. One thing I like to do is to think of my readers waking up in the morning and getting that first morning cup of coffee. And I like to think that my story might be something that they enjoy as they're reading that morning cup of coffee. So I try to put something new and fresh out there every day for my readers. And I think if you don't do this, what you run the risk of, someone might really like your stuff, but then if you only write like once a week, they could easily just forget all about you. Who are you? Because you haven't written anything new, and they don't have that expectation of that new writing that you're producing every day. Tip number 2, find your niche. One of the reasons why I believe finding your niche is so important is because it helps you to focus and organize your time as a writer. I have 4 or 5 niches that I like to write, and so basically I write, or I wake up and write on one of those niches. So my 4 niches are neurodiversity, parenting, recovery, writing on writing, and memoir writing. And so basically I just feel like I'm rounding the bases, so first base, second base, third base, fourth base. I pick one of those niches. I write about that today, and then maybe later in the day or the next day I write about another niche. And then the next day I pick the next niche, and then I just keep rounding those bases. So I'm always having something that I can write about related to one of those niches. And if you don't know what your niche is, probably the most important thing is just write for 30 days. That's what I did. In my first 30 days, I just wrote a lot. And you're going to find your niches. You're going to find those things that you're most gravitating to as a writer. And then just stay with those. Just keep writing about those topics, because obviously those topics are close to your heart. Those are things you're interested in, things you like to write about. So you could obviously write about whatever you want, but I think when you find your niche, you find other writers and readers that like to read about that topic, and so it helps you in the long run. Tip number 3, cultivate relationships. This is the one tip that's hardest for me because I like to write so much. But the way you cultivate a relationship on Medium is you find other writers, preferably in your niche, whose writing you like. And if you read, clap, and make comments to their writing, most likely they're going to check you out and read your writing and comment and clap to your writing. And then it becomes a mutually beneficial relationship. You both like each other's writing, and you're helping each other earn money by reading their articles. Tip number 4, write for publications. Writing for publications to me is an obvious way to help build your audience, especially if you're new to Medium and you're kind of out there fishing for those new followers. I like to think of publications as a great way to find new followers, right, that have that same common interest. So picture a publication is like a large lake with all these different fish or followers that you can kind of find. And the great thing about publications is they share like a common focus. So, for example, if I want to find readers who like to read about autism and neurodiversity, well, obviously, I'm going to find those that artfully autistic. And if I'm going to find or look for readers who want to read about recovery and sobriety, obviously alcohol is not your friend is a great place to go fishing. So you can see how you can really attract the audience and find the readers that you want by looking at publications, again, related to niches. Of course, if you want, you could follow other people to follow you, but a lot of those people, they never have anything in common. So it's like the dumbest strategy ever. So what I encourage you to do is try smaller publications, right? It's a great way to grow with that publication. Sometimes it's hard to get into a larger publication, but the smaller ones are great because you could actually probably publish 3 or 4 stories in a smaller publication in a week while you're waiting for one story to be published in a larger publication or to accept you as a writer if they even would. And in that same time, you could get, 30, 40 views on a couple of your stories where you don't even know if your story for the larger publication will even be published. So start small and just kind of grow with that publication and try to find those publications that relate to your niches. Tip number 5, use good formatting in your articles to please the algorithm. You may already know this information, but this is a good review. For example, titles. I was talking to an editor and he said you have 0.1 second to grab a reader's attention before they scroll past your story. That's a good reminder because sometimes if we don't write that good title, no one's going to even read the story that we've written. The same is true for our first lines of our story. We got to make sure that first line really, really hooks our reader, or else, again, they're just going to swipe their finger and not read the rest of our story. Formatting is really important to your article because most Medium readers are skimmers. So you want to organize your article where you have those subheads where you can really show the main ideas of your article so that can help slow them down and really be able to draw out some of the main ideas on your topics. That's also why listicles work really good as a structure to an article. One way to help your article be curated to get a lot more views, to go from maybe 10 to 100 views, is to make sure you link all these substantiated claims. So any articles that you're mentioning and have claims, you want to make sure you link to those articles. That's what Mr. Algorithm likes. He's a computer sciencey kind of guy, so he really likes to see you linking claims to the articles. Tip number 6, find a hack or a strategy and use it. This next strategy or hack for success on Medium, it's so good, I almost hesitated to keep it to myself. But I learned this strategy yesterday from an article by Christina God, and I tried it out last night. It's so good that you could just use this strategy and keep using it, and it'll really help you succeed on Medium. So it's really simple. What you do is you type the name of a Medium publication into the search bar. Say you type in human parts, and then after that, you want to type in that backslash, and then you want to type in the word archives. And what this allows you to do is you can see all the articles that have ever been written for this publication. So why is that important? Number one, you can see what kind of articles that publication likes to publish. But number two, and more important, it allows you to get inside the mind of a reader because you can see the most read articles in that publication by year. So that allows you to see what kind of things those readers are looking for. And number three, this is really good, it saves you time because, when you're kind of not sure what to write next, you can just use this strategy. Try to get some ideas. I used this strategy last night, and within a couple minutes, boom, I had my next idea, and I was off and running. So yeah, use this strategy. Type in the name of a publication, /archives, and you can find all kinds of ideas to give you your next idea to write. Tip number 7, find a medium writing mentor. When I say find a mentor, I'm not talking about a person you meet with one-on-one or even a writing course that's offered by a medium writer. The best way to find a mentor is just find a writer that you admire and then study their writing. Look at the titles they use, look at their first lines, look at how they format their writing, look at the style of their writing, the voice in their writing. Look at what makes their writing work. And then obviously you want to be your own writer with your own voice and style, but you can take away some ideas to see some of the article ideas that they're writing and how that might be related to finding a lot of readers. So study a writer and see them as a mentor, and it will definitely help you grow as a writer. So there you have it, 7 tips for success on Medium. These are all tested by me, and they've helped me to grow my, I don't want to use the word followers, they help me grow the number of people who are reading and responding to my writing. Got a little cold in here, that's why I put on my hat. But yeah, if you use any of these strategies, I think you're definitely going to see your increasing engagement with your stories. It's going to help you to grow an audience. And yeah, look forward to making more videos for you guys. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to make more videos related to success on Medium. So look for those. And again, please don't forget to subscribe. Peace out, everybody.